Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the Diana White Show Live. We welcome you from around the world and in the United States. And as I went on just now, I heard CNN saying, oh, we're having technical difficulties. So I'm going, okay, CNN, you're having technical difficulties, so when we have them here, I shouldn't even be worried about it. Welcome to Dax. It is Wednesday, and it's time for Wellness Wednesday. We didn't have him last week, so we have a few catching up things to talk about. Okay, Dax, welcome to the program. And of course, you had a birthday yesterday, and don't tell me you did not eat any cake.
No, I didn't eat any cake.
Why is that?
You know, I don't like cake, actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, well, at the building, they had a sushi night.
Uh-huh.
And the chef she said, hey, do you want a drink? You want some cheesecake? And there was seaweed salad, so I had seaweed salad.
Oh my God, you are so boring. You don't like cake? How can you not like cake?
I don't know. I'm lucky.
Ever since you were a little kid?
Yeah. I mean, I eat it, but I enjoy it.
No. I am asking you a question, because I love cake, but the cake's got to be good, okay? Because there are lots of cake, and some of those cakes ain't good. They're dry, they're not so, whatever. Yeah, especially Jamaicans who love fruit cake. Don't give me that fruit cake thing. I don't like fruit cakes because they put too much browning in it. It's too it's like a dumpling. Some is like pudding. They're all measures of black cake, right? So my black cake, the one I like, and my aunt in New York, she makes a mean fruit cake, So that's the only time I'll eat fruit cake, and I really enjoy it. But anyway, I want you to tell me if you never liked cake ever since you were a kid. And don't lie. Do not lie.
I enjoy cake.
Yes.
But I don't love it. I find it to be a little too sweet, so I'll have a slice.
Okay.
But it's not something I sit down and say, boy, I'd love some cake.
Oh, okay. So what's your favorite dessert then? And tell me you don't have any.
Well, I actually like the brownies, but it's vegetarian brownies.
Oh, okay. All right. So you like brownies then. You're a brownie kind of guy. Do you like chocolate?
I like chocolate.
Okay.
It's a very important question, and I want.
Yeah, I want us to talk about it because I find that a lot of people, they will go through the detox, they will do well, even like myself. You will get rid of your cravings, but I still like the things I like. Hello?
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
One of the things that I have realized in doing this work. Is that we have an emotional attachment around food.
Yes.
In a very specific way. It's a birthday. Everybody's singing. I'm getting a lot of attention. People I'm getting presents. Ice cream and cake are the standard food items that are presented at a birthday party for a child. You do it 1 year, okay. You do it 2 years, but then you also invite him or her to other parties, and she sees other kids. So there's a mental conditioning around cake and ice cream and the experience that it represents: happiness, caring, a loving environment. So if you're not careful, you'll find that you're 45 and you're craving cake because you're really craving the peace of mind and what it represents to have this experience of the family together, no care in the world, and this past representation of utopia, of happiness. And it's something that I have worked on and consciously tried to reprogram myself.
All right.
So Sunday dinner used to be one of those areas for me that Sunday dinner represented family together, just being around the whole stuff. And then over the time, you don't have the family in the same way, but you still enjoy a large meal and feel that it represents some sense of love and belonging and being appreciated and being a part of something. So I invite your audience to just think about it and see if it make any sense to them. But that's something I've found, and I've been working on reprogramming myself.
Okay, so let's kind of go in that journey for a minute, because Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is right around the corner, and people believe that if I don't stuff myself on Thanksgiving Day and feel horrible the next day, because basically that's what happens. You eat all this food on Thanksgiving Day, which is my favorite holiday, because I'm not into the Christmas thing that much, and I don't want to go into it in terms of how Sarah Palin is saying people are Scrooges because she's trying to sell her book about Christmas. Yeah? I like Thanksgiving because I think even though you're supposed to be saying thanks every single day, that you wake up and you're not in the Philippines right now and you have no water to drink and all that kind of good stuff, you should come together as family and do this. Yeah? So that's one of the reasons I love that holiday.
Sure.
Okay, so
I'll give you some tips.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the things that I do and have been doing and will continue to do is, before going to Thanksgiving dinner at a relative's house, I eat something very healthy at home. So I would probably have a big salad at home. I like a cucumber salad, or I could have a spinach salad or a kale salad. And I'll not stuff myself with the salad, but I'm not going to go to the event hungry.
My grandmother always taught me that, but she taught me that for a different reason. When you go to people's house, you eat before you go because you don't want to look like you're starving.
And then the other thing is, I just sample. So I graze. I move around. I look for foods that I like. I have a little of it. And I take my time and I enjoy it. I put it in my mouth and I really enjoy it because I'm not hungry. I'm not starving.
Right.
I can enjoy the food for what it is. So I taste it. I chew it up. I really enjoy the taste and the texture and the whole process of eating that food, because I'm eating it only or primarily for the purpose of enjoying it, rather than, oh, I'm so hungry, I need to get
I gotta eat. Yes, I gotta eat. Okay. All right. You mentioned the Sunday dinner thing because they even made movies about this whole Sunday dinner concept. And I believe that some people are just entrenched in this thing and they can't change, and I don't think you should be entrenched in anything that makes you inflexible. I talk about this all the time because I had a conversation with some people about Sunday dinner. And it became a big thing. Why? Because I said, for me, Sunday dinner is okay, but I believe that I can eat anything I want. I don't have to eat roast beef and chicken and rice and peas and this and that and whatever for Sunday dinner. Oh my God. Why did I say that? The lady, one of the women, got up and said, that is sacrilegious. How can you not have roast beef and chicken and you're going to tell me you feel like you're going to eat stewed peas or whatever? She was so angry, and I thought to myself, oh my God, all I did was say what I would do about Sunday dinner. So when you said that, it sparked something in me to say, yes, it is definitely a reprogramming of your mind to say that, yes, I don't have to have this big old meal in front of me every single Sunday because I don't necessarily need that. Yeah?
Absolutely.
So, people are really, truly emotional about this thing. And with birthdays, I've never really had a birthday party. Never did. Even when I was a little girl, never, ever, ever had one. So, when I got older, I thought, I would have had. But then I didn't because my programming was not to have one. And I still have not changed because when my birthday comes now, I go, oh, why with the cake thing and all that kind of stuff. Just take me out, give me a good time or whatever, and that's normally what I do. So I personally have never had a birthday party with a cake, anything like that in my entire life.
Well, and these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves as adults. What do we really want?
Right. So when you mention the programming now, I really see why children are programmed into knowing that this is what they need to have every single birthday. Yeah. Because I never had one, and I still don't feel like I need to have one, even though I am in charge of myself. You know what I'm saying?
And as I say, one of the processes is to look into yourself, and ask the question: is not having a birthday something that has a negative emotional connection to me, or if you are somebody who loves birthdays, is having a birthday, and I believe that most people who plan their own birthday party but are somewhat disappointed in the end.
Why is that? The cleaning up part or something else?
Say that again?
The cleaning up part, because that's the reason I don't give parties at my house. I really don't, because the one time I ever did, people brought their kids and they wrecked my place. So as a practice, I just don't, no, seriously, I don't keep parties. If I'm going to keep a party, it has to be away from my house, where you are not allowed in my house. You can just use the porta potty and everything outside. That's it, period. And don't hate me for this, people. That's just me. I tried it once because, I thought, okay, everybody say you should have a party. Had a party, on not really a party, but a gathering is what I would call it. And I found my daughter in her room crying because kids were jumping up and down in her bed. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I go, why are you crying? It's your house. It's your bed. You should tell them to get out. So... Hence, I don't have parties. But anyway, go ahead. And I don't like crowds either, anyway. So.
Well, and as I said, that it's knowing what you like and what you need, and that's where that would be. If there's anything I could say to your audience today, in terms of going into the holidays, going into the new year, coming off of my birthday, all of these experiences, to me, are all points at which we should become aware. We should pay attention to how we respond and how we feel and what's important. And I have to take this call quickly.
Okay, all right. We'll just take a break while you take that call, and we'll come back to you in just a moment. Okay, we'll be back in just a moment.
No, I'm doing a radio a TV show.
Hello everyone, this is a season of giving, and I'm asking you to consider one of your gifts to be Deadly Negligence, written by yours truly, Diana White. A story that will give you hope, make you mad, shock you sometimes, but is bound to increase your faith and make you believe in miracles again.
No problem.
So please, give Deadly Negligence as a gift.
Sorry, Diana.
As the gifting season begins to heat up, I am depending on you to do this for me. Thank you so much, and be the proud person to give a gift of the book Deadly Negligence. It's available on Amazon.com and on my website, DianaWhiteTV.webs.com. Thank you so much for my viewers around the world and in the United States. Be blessed. Okay, we are back, and this is the Diana White Show Live. It is indeed Wednesday, so it's time to talk about wellness and about Thanksgiving and all the things that are coming up that you are going to probably stuff your face and then you cry the next day, seriously. But I'm inviting you to a gospel concert this weekend in Palm Beach, and it's going to be at the Palm Beach Lakes High School Auditorium, thrown to you by Dee and Miguel. And the name or the dubbing of the concert, the title of the concert is My Redeemer Lives. And there's a young man called Brother Paul who's going to be there to sing gospel songs for you, and also Littell Gale with his group Anointed Voices. So we invite you to join them. The gates open at 5 o'clock, and they promise to start the concert promptly at 6. I keep them at their word, and they're going to start it on time. You know, not like these other functions you go to that starts 2 hours later. So we're looking forward to that. So join us at the Palm Beach Lakes High School this Sunday at 5 o'clock. I'll be there actually, and come on out and get some gospel in your spirit. So Dax Dunn is my special guest today, and we're talking about birthday parties and programming your children that they must have this cake and this party every year. I don't know how parents do it, because I've never done it, don't want to do it, would never do it. It's just not possible. Every single year the same thing. Well, you know, I don't do routine, so I tend to come up with different things. Like I had a limousine party for my daughter one time because she was obsessed with limousines, right? And then when we had the party for her, that was it. Never look at another limousine on the road and say anything, but she was so obsessed, so I gave her that obsession and it was over. And I think that's what a lot of us need to do for ourselves. If we find ourselves obsessed with something, don't deprive yourself of that cheesecake. If you're on the detox and you figure you can't eat the cheesecake and you're dying, eat the cheesecake and get it over with. I know Dax might not agree with me, but that's my thing. Okay.
No, well, what I'd say is that work with your coach, because sometimes what you'll find is that cheesecake represents something else. You know, that cheesecake represents, you know, an emotional attachment, and in many cases your coach can help you to work through finding why is it that you associate cheesecake with comfort, with love, with being, you know, cared for. But in some cases it may just be that the body is craving that because it has that particular need for something that is present in the food that you're craving. So it's not simple, but at the same time it's not rocket science.
Okay.
And the coaching process has given us the experience, helped us to be able to understand and support people going through these processes, because while we're all unique individuals, we all have similar challenges.
Yes.
And as I said, we're here to help you with those challenges, and more importantly, develop the ideal attitudes so that those challenges actually are no longer challenges when you finish the program and you're moving on with your ideal wellness lifestyle.
Okay, since we're talking about a wellness, and we're talking about Thanksgiving, because it's what, a week and a half or something like that. So, if we're talking about detox, do we wait until we do that Thanksgiving dinner to do the detox, or do we do the detox before the Thanksgiving dinner? What do we do?
Well, everybody is different. So if you're at a stage in your life where you're really feeling horrible, you just are so bloated and uncomfortable, you probably should do the detox before Thanksgiving, because you'll be able to actually enjoy Thanksgiving. A lot of people eat and are just so uncomfortable for the next 2 or 3 days after Thanksgiving. So, you know, but if you're healthy and your body's in the right place, go ahead and enjoy Thanksgiving, and then if afterwards you feel you may have overdone it, then we can help you.
All right. I want to talk about something that most people don't want to talk about, and that's constipation, because I think so many of us suffer from that, some really, really bad and some not so bad. Is there a way, or is that part of the thinking process of the Rad Wellness Detox to kind of help people through that process and then kind of get them to, even after you finish the program, to continue in that vein?
The number one indicator for us to know that we have a client that needs our services is excessive body fat, especially around the midsection.
Right.
The number 2 indicator is constipation. a person who is constipated, we know that that person has an impacted colon, and that the whole flushing of the colon, cleaning of the digestive system, treating the body for parasites will have enormous benefits for them. One of the biggest challenges is that there are lots of people who had a very sluggish colon, suffered from constipation most of their life, and when their mindset is to believe that that's normal for them. Right. It has been normal for them. Their whole life it's been that way.
Right.
And so helping them to realize that it's possible to correct the problem and to be more regular is one of the challenges. And again, it's not about being, psychiatrists, or, it really is about just educating the person to know that A, you can become regular, and B, there's a process of giving the body the foods it needs in order to maintain its regularity.
Okay, so the products that are provided in the detox, does it actually help you with that constipation problem, or it really doesn't?
Within days, literally within you take the oxy, within 2 days you're going to be flushing out the colon. No, in terms of maintaining and rebuilding your digestive system, that doesn't happen until after the 21 days. So you've finished the program, you've achieved the weight loss results, you've cleaned out the entire digestive system, but now we need to rebuild it so it can maintain regularity. So that is key in terms of the third phase, that after the 21 days in the stabilization of the digestive system, our focus is all on maintaining regularity.
Okay, so what are the products now that we use to do that? Are we on our own, basically, with just...
No, well, fruits and vegetables maintain most of the probiotics. So all the probiotics that you need, you probably should be getting them from fruits and vegetables.
Right.
However, depending on your situation, as you progress, it may be makes sense to add a probiotic. But also, different foods affect different people in different ways.
Right.
So we find that cauliflower and broccoli are foods that some people actually the stomach gets irritated and it actually causes constipation. We find that cabbage or spinach or callaloo, all of those foods tend to help people to become more regular. But again, everybody is different, and you just have to work. Your coach will work with you to identify how each food helps you, and you then can now develop your own ideal food choices.
Okay, you mentioned phases, so let's just break down the phases of the 21-day detox by Rad Wellness. And they also have an app that has the little alligator thing going on. Okay, so the phases are, I get this thing and you tell me to prime the pump, and I have an issue with that, because I'm like, isn't that making me eat so much and then I'm going to gain some weight right there? How did you decide that you need to prime that pump? Because to me, if you basically you're blocked up already anyway, so why am I trying to add some whole lot more food? And when you tell people to prime the pump, they're going to eat crazy.
Well, it's for people who have that desire. It's mental,
okay,
and they want that, and emotionally it gives them the release of feeling, you know what, I had my last, hurrah.
Oh, okay, now I get it. Because I was wondering, why is it that Dax tells people to prime the pump? I'm going, isn't that encouraging them to just go eat what they really didn't want to eat before?
Well, and if they really didn't want to eat it, they wouldn't eat it.
Oh, okay. All right.
They wanted to eat it and they needed permission. And
yes, and you gave them permission to go get fat.
Yes. So they had it and they enjoyed it, but then they're like, you know what? I shouldn't have had it. I didn't need it.
No, okay.
But there is a physiological aspect of it as well.
Okay.
That the body needs fats. Fats are very important to the body. And what we really recommend is to use healthy fats when priming the pump. So olive oil, coconut oil, avocado, cashews, all of these nuts, seeds, grains that have oils, they're very much encouraged. Even butter is good, because what these new fats do is allow the old fats that's sticking into between the joints, between all different areas of the body that we want to release them. As we start the detox, it releases the old fats and replace it with new fresh fat. This stimulates the body to start the fat loss process. So it's a actual physiological process in terms of encouraging the body to release the fats, but it does have the psychological aspect of feeling, okay, I got the craving for these foods.
Okay, all right. So that's phase 1,
and 2.
And 2, and that includes taking the products and eating that little bit of food that you're allowed each time you're hungry. Was it 4 ounces or something, or is it just the measurement of the palm of your hand, not the fingers?
Either way is in with reason, but more importantly, if you're hungry, eat. There's no starvation requirement on the program. So if you're hungry, eat. But what we find is that because the body is releasing the abnormal body fat, there's more than enough calories released to the body. And remember, the program is really about the water. The water is the essential product that's driving the detox of the body. It's not about us giving you some strong colon cleanse or some
magic pill. Some magic pill.
No magic pills.
Okay, all right. You mentioned fats just now, and I'm sure you must have heard that the FDA is going to take out the trans fat, and people are going crazy. Why is it that the government is trying to tell me what to eat and and all kind of stuff? Well, what is your take on the whole trans fat thing? Because before we finish the 3rd phase of the program.
Well, my problem is that the FDA has a different agenda than our own well-being.
Okay.
And so I don't know exactly where or how they came to these conclusions as far as what they should allow or should not allow. But I, as an individual, encourage people listening to make their own choices based on getting informed. And the unfortunate process is that getting informed is a lot more complicated. You have a lot of doctors and scientists who are willing to attack or promote unhealthy processes or attack healthy processes. That they see people getting results, but they just don't want to because it's not a pharmaceutical process, or because there's no medical connection to it, that then decide that these programs are unnecessary or ineffective or have some kind of health risk. So again, I would just encourage people, stay vigilant. You have to become your own health advocate, and we are here to help you, but certainly we're not here to tell you what to do.
Okay, all right. So the next phase is after we finish all of that and we are happy and we've lost all the weight that we need to lose, or some of us are not necessarily at where we want to be, but we have to go to the next phase regardless, right?
No. Very important. Very, very, very important point.
Yes.
There is no requirement after 21 days to move to phase 3.
Now see, I didn't know that.
The 21 days is simply an introduction to the weight loss process to explain and educate you about what it is going to take and require. And if after that you have 2 choices, you can decide to continue working with a coach for as long as you need to. You could stay on it for another 125 days and lose 125 pounds.
Wow.
If you needed to. Or you could decide, I want to do it on my own.
Right.
I will just deliver the product to you. You've already spent 21 days and understood the coaching, and we will support you. We're not going to tell you, don't ask us any questions, but obviously you're not paying for the coaching if you choose not to. So you have the option of choosing to stick with a coach for another 10 days or another 21 days and continue the program, or opt to just continue the program on your own, just using the products that we supply.
Okay.
And both obviously have the price difference based on your choice,
right.
But continue the program is strongly recommended if you haven't achieved your ultimate weight loss goal.
Okay, so if I decide to stay on the program to get to my goal, am I going to be using all the products, or I'm just going to be using some of the products to do that?
You're going to be using some of the products, not all the products.
Okay.
And most importantly, you're going to make that decision based on your particular situation.
Right.
So in some cases, you may find that new products are introduced, and this is what your coach will help you with. So you don't have to figure it out from now. You figure it out when your body gets there. We do not know where exactly your body will be in 21 days.
Right.
And if somebody told you they knew exactly where it would be, then you need to be cautious of that person, because that's the process. The process is we have to work our plan day to day. We don't go out and buy insurance because we know we're going to get sick. We work on a daily basis to maintain optimum health, to ensure that we don't get sick.
And most of us, we don't look at our insurance policy until we get sick and we realize, okay, 45 days, time to get out of bed, whether you're dying or not. Okay. All right. So you can actually stay on the plan without any side effects or, any adverse reaction or anything of that nature.
No problem at all.
Okay. And then, so I'm going to go the plan for the 21 days without extending that arena because I've lost the weight and I'm satisfied. So what's the stabilization phase?
Okay. So the stabilization is the understanding and the whole theory behind the stabilization is that your digestive system does not work clean. It must have bacteria. It must have the microbial organisms that will help it to break down foods. So we have to rebuild the healthy flora in the in the gut, in the intestines.
Right.
Do that by introducing a lot of fruits and vegetables. Even a little oil is a good thing. It helps to develop the environment in the intestines for consistent function and healthy functioning of the digestive system. So you're gonna eat fruits and vegetables, but you're also gonna pay attention to how each of these fruits and vegetables affect you. But the only thing you're gonna avoid during that time is carbs and sugar. The reason you're avoiding carbs and sugar is because they promote very aggressive bacteria that you don't need. You already have a tendency towards them. So you have the cravings because these bacteria are flourishing in the intestinal environment. But if you get rid of them through the detox, now you want to rebuild the healthy bacteria that breaks down fruits and vegetables and allow it to dominate the intestines. So that after you finish your stabilization, which is 3 weeks later,
right,
you can then eat the carbs and the sugar without your body, going off balance. You have to establish the healthy flora, and then when you reintroduce carbs and sugars, your body can better manage them. Obviously, you don't overdo it in excess, but yes, you could have your cake, you could have your ice cream, you could have your pizza, you could have all the things that you desired before, but now your body is going to respond to them very differently in terms of managing it and processing it and not gaining weight for just having eaten it.
Okay, my special guest inside the Diana Wright Show this morning is Dax Dunn from Rad Wellness, and it's rad4u.com, rad, the number 4, the letter U.com. Very easy to remember, and of course they do have an app, and you have to put in Aqualife to get download the app for free. The app is free. It's not no cost for the app. I want to just talk a little bit about phase 3 there. Okay, I can eat just about anything I want except carbs and sugar. Is that clear? Huh?
In phase 3?
Yes.
Yes. Everything you want except carbs and sugar.
Okay, so I can eat all the vegetables and fruits that I want. No, are there vegetables that I need to stay away from? You mentioned cauliflower and broccoli earlier, because I know that those two vegetables, based on my research, does have carbs in them, even though they're vegetables and they're good for you.
Yeah. So the potatoes, the rice, the breads, the flour, the starchy foods, you'd avoid those. And then sugars, in terms of, there's some, fruits that are high in sugar.
Mango.
Mangoes, pineapple, watermelon. So there are quite a few that you need to, avoid.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we give you a list, we guide you through the process. It's not difficult at all. It really is a very important process. In fact, I would consider it to be one of the most important aspects of the program.
Is the stabilization phase.
It's going to give you the tools to be able to maintain your results. That, it's not about the weight loss being the goal. It's about the lifestyle to maintain the results being a goal, and that's what a coach helps you to do.
Okay, so when we're in the stabilization phase, you're kind of getting your body in the groove of formulating a better eating plan, or eating life, basically, is what we're doing in that phase, right?
Right.
So you're getting your body really in tune for that preparation, because it's hard, I mean, weight is easy to put on, and it's so hard to freaking lose. I'm serious. So, people, you see people who are fat, and you see them at the restaurant, and especially if you go to a buffet restaurant, which I hate, you watch them and you're going, oh my God, why are you eating so much? The people who are normally bigger tend to just gravitate to a bigger serving of food. I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Number one, it's the mindset. The belief that more is better. And it's a subconscious mindset. You could sit down with them and have a conversation, but if you just look at how they pile up the plate, I mean...
Yes! The mountain on the plate, and I'm going, okay, it's a buffet. You can actually go back, You don't have to take all the food one time. You can just take a little because I like to taste things. I would go and I'm going, I want to taste that, but I'm going to taste a little bit of it, yet I will end up with eating probably just as much as you, but not looking that I am. You know what I'm saying? But people who are overweight, you go, and I know it's hard, because I used to wear size 13 at one time when I was a teenager. So I know what it is, and I know what it is to go in that store and want that jacket and it's too tight. So,
we had this conversation a couple of weeks back.
Yes.
And I'm going to make the same point again.
Okay.
I don't think you know what it's like.
Oh, I don't? Oh, Jesus. No. Why is that?
As a 13-year-old or being a size 13 and not being able to fit in clothes.
Yes.
Is one experience that I know, and I get that.
Okay.
But the one where you go into the restaurant and you see the food, and people are watching you. People are judging you to see how much you're gonna eat, but your brain literally just says, I don't care.
Okay.
Here,
I got it.
I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna enjoy my food, because you know what? I struggle with this every year. I'm always being judged for being overweight, no matter what I'm doing. I've come to this restaurant, I've paid my food, my money. Going to get my money's worth. I don't care who is watching me, I'm going to eat.
Oh my God, is that what they're thinking? No!
That was what I was thinking. I was that person who would go into a buffet and I would say, look, I'm going to get my money's worth. I remember, and I hope I'm not getting anybody in trouble, but CC's Pizzas.
Oh yes, I've been there one time.
After I lost the weight and I stabilized, CC's Pizzas was my go-to place.
Really?
Meaning, I was planning on and waiting and was counting the days to go to CC's Pizzas.
That's funny.
I went, I had half of what I would normally have had. I've never been back.
Since that?
4 years later.
So you see, you satisfied that craving and it's all gone.
But I couldn't satisfy it before the detox.
Okay.
When I would go before, it would be, hey, I got so much food for such a low price, it's a deal, you know. And now after my body was in touch, my body says, what did you just
do? Exactly. Yeah.
It's not worth it. Please don't do it ever again. And I've been listening and I haven't gone back, and you know, as I say, you know, it really is a process, and I don't know how to communicate it any clearer to people to say, look, you need to give your body a chance, and the way you do it is with the detox. Yeah,
and a rest. Seriously, your body sometimes just need a rest from food, you know. Seriously. Absolutely. People believe that, if I don't eat, I'm going to starve. And no. Like I asked my daughter the other day, I said, okay, if I drop you on a deserted island, what you going to do? You need to learn to not have to eat one day. She think I'm crazy anyway, but anyway. Okay, let's switch a little bit and talk about healing, because you know a lot of people are talking about the great healing of moringa and the great healing of marijuana. Now, I don't know about the marijuana thing, because my growing up and knowing about marijuana, when I see people smoking that stuff, they just act crazy. So I'm not so sure about that. So please, somebody educate me on that healing process of the marijuana. Because if I'm going to be high, how am I healed at the same time? And I know all the Rastafarians who are watching the show, because I know some of them do, they're going, okay, Lady Diana, stop it. So,
all right, well, I'm going to take that one on.
Okay, take it on, please.
You know, I have done my research on marijuana, not only in personal experience, but also in reading and understanding and studying it, you know, at a different level.
Okay.
And, you know, I will say that the high from marijuana is very different for each person. Some people become very lethargic, non-responsive.
Right.
So certain people become very hyper and, you know, very manic. Some people hallucinate and have, you know, episodes. So marijuana as a drug for recreational purposes, there has to be care and caution.
Okay.
But in terms of the medicinal benefits, it's been well documented and proven in terms of colds, in terms of glaucoma, in terms of overall well-being, the ability to relax, allow the mind to recollect itself. So people say you have bad memory because of smoking marijuana, and certainly in an altered state where your brain is in tune at a different level of consciousness, you may not be able to recall things at a lower level of consciousness. So that exists and that happens. But seriously, I think that we need to get past the social connotations that have been put for no health benefits. They were the prohibitions and you know, laws against marijuana had more to do with racism,
really,
and cultural bias than it had anything to do with the drug and the drug's effects on the body.
I did not know that, seriously. Okay.
Marijuana was outlawed when a lot of migrant workers and Mexicans and you know Africans were using it, and it was considered to be, you know, something that they got too much energy. They were too I don't know what's the word, too
Hyperactive, maybe. Hyper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I really did not know that. I just believe that every time I've seen people using marijuana, it just looks like they're crazy to me. The things they say, the way they behave. So I just wondered, how do you then take the medical benefits from it without getting that part of it? Well, the hallucination and the whole high thing, you know.
I would invite you to consider this.
Yes.
Maybe the people who you've seen who are acting hyper, they represent only a small minority of the marijuana users. That there are lots of other users who you would not know that are on marijuana or have spoken and are walking around operating and doing very highly functional activities. And you would say, oh, they're okay, but they have smoked. Whereas the small percent that starts, you know, acting up and don't have the necessarily positive is a small percent that has that reaction. So don't believe that the few that may have a bad reaction represents the majority.
Oh, okay. I'll take that. So let's move on to moringa then, because I am hearing that thing can make your eyes get better. It can make it. Someone told me, as a matter of fact, my girlfriend was here from California, and she said she had a tea bag of it. Someone brought it from Jamaica for her, and she slept like a baby the entire night. She doesn't know what it did or what it didn't do, but she knows she had the best night's sleep she's ever had. So,
okay.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
And what's in moringa is vitamins and minerals.
Oh.
And it has a high concentration of vitamins and minerals. So let's understand that foods are simply things that bring vitamins and minerals into the body. That the plant is reaching into the ground and pulling out vitamin and minerals out of the ground using water, the soil, and sunlight. And plant is growing, and those minerals are being synthesized in the plant to produce other different trace minerals and other vitamins. We then eat those plants, and the minerals, vitamins, and nutrients that are in the plants become available to the body, and the body, because it's craving them, uses it to balance itself out and restore health. So the healing benefits of moringa are the same healing benefits that you'll find in so many other plants, but because it has a high concentration of certain vitamins and minerals, it's very effective in terms of the healing process. Here's the trick. You don't need to eat it every single day, because you're not going to be deficient in those minerals every single day. So using it for a couple of weeks to help restore and rebuild the body is great. Using it intermittently as you need it is a fantastic process. But unfortunately, in America, it's always about the business.
Yeah.
There's a network marketing business that's built on the moringa plant. It's become very popular. Lots of people signing up and selling it. And it's a great way to share a fantastic product with a large community. Unfortunately, the price points, in my opinion, are very, out of whack. That there's no reason to be paying that type of price for a daily use of a health product. It really should be, there's something to be checked out there, but at the same time, it's a great product that provides great benefits.
Yeah, well, they're claiming miraculous things that I'm kind of, weary about, like, people recovering from brain injuries and this and that and whatever. Anyway, I want to talk about it. Go ahead.
Let's stay there for a second.
Okay.
When you're recovering from a brain injury, what it is that the brain was damaged. What is the brain? Cells, membrane, and what does it use to rebuild itself? Nutrition, nutrients, vitamins and minerals. So if you bring a significant supply of healthy vitamins and minerals into the body and make it available to the brain, then yes, it makes sense. The body can heal itself. That the entire focus of naturopathic medicine is about the idea that, you know, your body heals itself naturally. Allopathic medicine, which is a pharmaceutical industry, they're about synthesizing things that the body is lacking and giving it to the body. In the natural medicine world, we're about removing the things that are causing the body to be unable to heal itself while giving it the natural things to allow it to rebuild itself.
Okay, I want to talk about it in its different forms because I've seen it. I saw the plant on a tree and all that kind of stuff. It's a big green thing. And I'm told you can get it in powder, you can get it in tea bags, you can get it in liquid. How do you choose and decide which one to use? And I know you carry it in a liquid form?
We have a drink, yes.
Oh, it's a drink?
Yeah.
Okay, so a drink like a whole thing of drink like this?
Like 2 teaspoons.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And it all depends on the person. We see moringa as a phase 3 product in our program. So after you've actually gone through the weight loss, after you want to rebuild the digestive system, you want to give a lot of healthy fruit, probiotics into the system, and moringa does carry a lot of healthy probiotics. So it's something we give after. But again, I'm not saying moringa has no benefits. I'm saying moringa is not the magic. The magic is you. Your body is the magic. Moringa is one of many foods that supports the body's magical ability to heal itself.
Okay, so if you go to the liquid and you're on that, is there a time span that you should be on that? Or if you're on the powder, is there a time span? Because I hear people saying, oh, they take it every day and they this and they that, and you know. Can you actually eat the fruit or you can't? Because it looks like a big ugly fruit to me when I did my research on it.
I'm not familiar with actually trying to eat the fruit. I know what they actually eat is the leaves.
Oh, the leaves. Okay.
Eat the leaves like in a salad.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
You just strip them off, wash them in some water, and you eat them like a salad. And then the seeds actually can purify water. The roots, the plant, the bark, the entire.
So the entire tree has a benefit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So I can have a moringa salad? Who knew? Okay. All right, so I can have a moringa salad. I can drink it in the powder form, which I'm not going to do because don't do well with those things. I like things in the drop form the way your detox is, okay? Because I find it easy. You put it under your tongue and it's gone. I can't take the lingering, going through the powder thing, drinking thing. I'm not one of those people. So
you want the convenience.
It's not just the convenience, it's just that I figure when I do the drops with all the products that you sell, it's easy. I mean, you can give it to a baby and they can take it, as opposed to drinking something and you gotta go, oh, is it bitter or is it not? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my crazy reaction to stuff. So I would not try the powder. I'm not even sure I'd like trying the leaves, because I'm gonna have to put some salad dressing on it.
In defense of the guys who are manufacturing the powder,
yes,
they've gone through great lengths to make sure it tastes great. So it tastes fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And then with the leaves, as far as a salad, I wouldn't have a salad with moringa leaves alone.
I'd mix it.
Add it, so you could put some moringa leaves on top of a salad that you're having, and you bring it into the body and give yourself some moringa.
All right, so okay, let's go to the easy part of the program now. Ridiculous diet tips, which we normally go through here. Say no to nuts. Is that true? Because I thought, no, why would I want to say no to nuts if I'm on a diet?
The biggest misconception with nuts is that you have to process them the right way. So number one, you want them raw. Number two, you want to soak them overnight and have them the next day. It's funny, my dad actually heard me saying this. I said it to him. He took a whole big bag of almonds, soaked them overnight, and then was surprised 3 days later when they started to grow fungus on them and go bad. The real point is you take a handful, 10, 15 almonds, put them in a little glass with some tap water or regular filtered water, leave them overnight, and then wash them off. What you're washing off is the protective barrier that all nuts and grains have to keep themselves, from breaking down or from insects, attacking them. Wash that off, and then you enjoy the nuts. It's still pretty crunchy. It's still everything that you want in the nuts, but it's much more bioavailable to the body that way.
Okay, schedule regular detoxes is a ridiculous diet tip. I know you don't agree with that. Okay, silence. All right, let's move on to the next one.
What happens is that with everything you have people who abuse it. In fact, we have people who do our program and then they buy an extra bottle of Oxy so that anytime they want to eat whatever they want, they
go, oh no, you can't do that. I don't think so. You shouldn't be doing that.
While it's not detrimental to your health and it's not, it's not going to kill you,
right?
But it's certainly not the ideal way to support your body in terms of building health. So if that's what the person who wrote the article to say, hey, people are just eating whatever they want, and then every once a week they say, okay, I'm going to just
detox
and do this detox, then I agree. The article is absolutely right. That is a foolish way to maintain health.
Okay.
In terms of if every 6 months, depending on how you eat, it's really a great idea that every 6 months you at least do a 15-day cleanse and just give your body a chance to maintain balance.
You burn more calories eating your food raw.
I am an advocate for raw food, and I strongly recommend raw food. I don't necessarily think you burn more calories. In fact, I don't like the whole calorie counting idea. Calories represent a measurement of heat, and it has nothing to do with nutritional value.
Right.
The idea that you have to burn calories if you want to lose weight is true, but not necessarily the whole truth, because if you're eating empty calories that are not giving your body nutrition, you may be burning them, but you're actually burning your body out. So what you want is healthy whole foods that have the nutritional value, have some caloric content, but at the same time it's allowing the body to take what it needs and flush out what it doesn't need.
Okay, too much sugary fruits makes you fat.
I've heard this, and I actually have a friend who is a raw foodist very aggressively. She's as slim as a rail, and she says it's completely nonsense.
Okay.
I believe it's somewhat nonsense. I think a lot of times what people do is they eat a lot of fruits with a lot of other things. So if all you're eating is sugary fruits, I don't think you're gonna get fat. If you're eating highly processed foods and then you're having the sugary fruits, then your body is not going to be, you have a dysfunction in the body and it doesn't know how to process the fruit sugars.
Agreed. I agree totally with that, because I when I saw it, I thought, okay, so if I only eat fruits or I only eat vegetables, you're telling me I'm going to get fat? Something is wrong with that picture. Seriously. So anyway, final thoughts before you go, brother. It's always a pleasure to have you, and the time always flies. So.
I love doing this show with you. I love spending the time with you. I love the questions that you ask, the opportunity to share. I hope that some people are benefiting from it and that they're taking
I think they are, because especially when people ask me, oh, how you stay so slim and you look so young and all this. I said, okay, just go to one of my Wednesday shows at www.dianawrighttv.com and you will see Dax and you'll know why. And they're like, oh, really? I was talking about the products up to yesterday with my girlfriend from California, because she's like, oh my God, you're so slim. What are you using? Blah, blah. So I told her about the product. She said she's okay. I'm going to go online when I get home and check it out, So people notice that because it's not... Yeah, you have to have some discipline too. I think that's a part of it, because my cousin who is on the plan in New York, she said to me, oh, you were right. When you're losing the weight, you don't feel flabby. You feel like you're shrinking. I said, yes, and that's exactly what I told you, because normally when you try to lose weight on your own, you end up with some flabs at some places, but when you're on the 21-day detox by Rad Wellness, you're like going like this. And you're going, okay, so where's the flab that's supposed to be there? So it's actually really just compressing and taking out what you call. So I said to her, well, that says it's abnormal body fat.
Absolutely.
So anyway, time is up.
Listen, it's always a pleasure. The phone number, if anybody's interested in reaching out to us, is 1-866-786-3617. Again, that's 1-866-786-3617. And the website is www.rad4u.com. Diana, you have a fantastic rest of the day, rest of the week, and I know I'll be in touch with you.
Oh, yes.
With you more. And to your audience, stay tuned and, tell a friend, because I think Diana's doing something that is very, very unique and very exciting. So keep it up and catch up with you soon.
All right. So you're not going to do your live before you go? My daughter would be very disappointed when she's uploading the show this evening.
Be well, live well, and stay well.
Okay. All right, Dax. Thank you so much. And see you next Wednesday. Is it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving that I'm going to see you, or what?
Oh, perfect.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna kill some turkeys.
Love it.
Next Wednesday. All right. We're gonna make sure Dax is gonna eat some turkey on Thanksgiving Day. All right. Take care, Dax. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. That was Dax Dunn, my special guest every Wednesday right here on the Diana Wright Show. We laugh. We talk about, stuff just to try to make you and feel better about yourself. And it's not about so much the dieting thing. It's that the detox truly, truly helps you do better, get rid of your cravings, and it actually shrinks you. So you're not ending up with all that flabby stuff that you have to go worry about. Because a lot of people, when they're fat, they don't want to lose weight because they're going, what am I going to do with all this skin? I'm going to have to go to the doctor to have plastic surgery. With this plan, you truly don't have to worry about that. I promise you. Well, next week I think I'll ask Dax, if you're really, really overweight, how does, that work? So thank you so much for joining us today. Before I go, I'm going to play one promo, and then I will be leaving you for this day. All right? So we'll be back in just a sliver of a moment. Be back in a moment. Hello, everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, how rich you are, how poor you are. But there has to be a point in your life, and you will come to that point, where you have to take someone you love to the hospital. But have you ever considered that you could take that loved one, in my case, my only child, to the hospital in a normal state, and then you leave 5 months later, brain damaged, in a wheelchair, without your senses? This is my true story, Deadly Negligence, the book, available on Amazon and at my website, dianawrighttv.webs.com. I'm asking you today to get a copy. Support my story. Let us get this out there, because this story will captivate you. It will shock you. It will give you hope. It will increase your faith and make you believe in miracles again. Thank you for picking up your copy today. And just in case you know Oprah Winfrey or Tyler Perry or Mr. Levinson, let them know this is worth a movie. Thank you. Get your copy today. Okay, we are back in the final moments of the Diana Wright Show. We thank you so much for joining us today. And we trust that if you're going to buy up all that stuff for Thanksgiving, don't go overboard, please. Remember, it's just one day. And we recommend that you have the detox prior to Thanksgiving. Maybe you need to start it first so you can, keep your body in check and you won't overeat, because we all tend to do that on Thanksgiving Day. So anyway, as you go to the supermarket, just think about me and Dax while you're shopping. Buy some healthy stuff too, okay? And we're not saying don't eat all the good stuff, because you should eat all the good stuff. Just do it in moderation. Don't eat a whole slice of pie. Just eat a half a slice of pie. How about that? If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never yours. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow is another day, and yes, we will be right back here at 10:30 to 11:30. Please do join me. And don't forget the 3 magic words. I love me.